Alright, folks. Well, I am here in my garage tonight. Gonna make a daily thoughts vlog. It is Monday, July 14th, 2025. And things are just going absolutely crazy. One terrible thing that happened today is that the Supreme Court ruled that Trump can continue dismantling the Department of Education, which had been stayed by a lower court. The Supreme Court let that go ahead while the case progresses, which is, these kind of things are stacking up in a pattern now. They did that with the injunctions. They did that with a couple other things. They've ruled against him in a couple of things as well. I don't know if somebody's getting to them or if they're just sleazy people. I don't know. So that sucked. More bad news across the board. He's saying he's giving more stuff to Ukraine now, but he's given Putin 50 days to make a ceasefire. But Putin told Trump in a phone call that Putin only needed 60 days to finish the war. So Trump waited 10 days and then gave him a 50-day deadline. So come on, guys. So many bad things. But I mean, there's more bad stuff too. The DoD is going to contract with Grok, Elon's racist, disgusting AI. There's just more bad developments across the board. Anyways. So, there's some good stuff too, though. MAGA is continuing to melt down. By the way, I think Trump is hitting some record lows in his polling again, or he's back on the downswing again. So, that is not even factoring in the MAGA meltdown that's happening right now, or the big ugly bill passing, which was historically unpopular, and the effects have not been seen yet. He continues to lose ground on all of his issues and policies and just in general, like across the board. Now the MAGA collapse is happening over this Epstein stuff, and there are developments on that as well. Dan Bongino skipped work on Friday. Today, on the White House grounds, observed by the White House press pool that was there, they saw meetings between Trump. Oh, well, they didn't see these meetings, but they saw Pam Bondi, Kash Patel, and the Deputy AG, Todd Blanche, on the White House grounds all together, but they did not see Dan Bongino. So, no telling what is going on there. Probably lies are being figured out. Meanwhile, Trump keeps flip-flopping back and forth. They go from the client list is on my desk, going through it now, to there is no list, there will be no more information about the Epstein files, to the Democrats made this list and they made it to hurt me, but then they didn't release it, so obviously it was fake, so we're just going to close it out. Anyways, MAGA is catching on. They are, Trump is now calling individual MAGA influencers. He called Charlie Kirk the Turning Point USA founder or whatever. And now Charlie Kirk has said, I am going to back off of the Jeffrey Epstein stuff for now. He said for now. And he said he was going to trust the administration. But now, that's clearly they pressured him and he's trying to back away a bit. But, he still has a qualifier for now. There's a lot more people who are not backing down. He got ratioed, which was hilarious, on his Truth Social post trying to explain all of this. This is the rubber meets the road. Reality always bites. This is the something's coming home to roost. Chicken's coming home to roost. I don't know. All of the phrases. But he is. He's really flailing on a lot of this. He's, of course, going to double down and increase his persecution of political enemies. He's threatened to strip Rosie O'Donnell of naturalization, or I'm sorry, of her citizenship, because she was a born citizen. Even though he cannot do that, there's no way for him to do that. He is, they are trying to send ICE in more places and be more violent. They are threatening more explicit crackdowns on everything. So he's going to keep escalating as this base cracks, but it is a real crack. It is a real problem for him, and if we keep focusing on this and maintain our nonviolent commitment and continue to be visible and vocal about all of this stuff, it is working. The fact that his base is cracking and he doesn't know how to deal with it, it's working. So keep hammering them on everything. And Democrats, you're doing a good job calling this out. Raskin, keep on. We need to demand accountability and transparency for these files. There's clearly something to them. And being able to identify with some of our fellow Americans on some of their concerns will go a great way towards getting us some common ground together again and rediscovering our common interests. Not interests, but our common interest. This is where the rubber hits the road. We've got to stick together. We've got to keep pressing. We can do this. Our history tells us we can do this. Every time that America has faced unfair yoking, various types of oppression and deprivations of our rights, we've pushed back and we've won, but it's always happened with nonviolent commitment. And so let's keep going. Let's recommit to each other. We're gonna save our country. So God bless everybody. See you later.